engine runs. Oh, can I get you a coffee? That would be nice. Or something stronger. Then she offered me something strong. I said, you know, better keep it light. I'm working. Because, yeah. Awesome. Oh, look at that. That is the most clever. I don't think I've seen that. Now, I've seen something similar. I think this was in Jayla's Mall with the dials and stuff like that. And I didn't think initially looking at it that that's actually like an espresso / coffee machine. So that's actually very, very cool. A peek. You gotta take a look. I mean, there's a stove. I love seeing the stoves. She's got food. I also like the work that she's got here on the bottom for her garden area here, and you got these walls that separates out. And then let's just take a peek here. I know she's trying to be a host, and I'm just walking around. It says, if we have a large party, the butler is sent for takeout. It's a simple kitchen, but enough for my needs. Must be a worship area. Just mute for one moment. Let's see here. Alright, so I'm going to ask our host a couple of questions. Yep, the altar. Says, I'm a bit of an atheist really, but it can't help to have some backup in case I'm wrong. Never hurts to have a little backup. So I put in here now, I do have a couple of questions for you. Let's see here. So I put in here how many items, on the technical side, how many items are allowed for this home. So we'll get down to the nitty-gritty for those who are interested in building. $400 for the base, but I have 2 types of expander. There's 700 items in here. Wow, that's quite a few. Okay. And my next question is, what was the most difficult part to put in? And we'll see what the most difficult part was. It says all the wall paneling, making it all fit without going outside the building area. And the floors, ceilings, and walls have 205 rosewood tiles. Wow. And the next question is, do you use the layout editor? I'm probably going to say yes, but just in case. I'm assuming there's only one layout editor. There might be others, but if she uses one, I'm just curious. She put yes, but probably not to its full extent. I just use it to move things and then do final position by hand usually. And then of course, chance for self-introspection. I put here, is there a part of your home you would like to redo? That's sometimes the hardest thing, you know. Sometimes that's tough to answer, so we'll give her a chance to type it out. And she says, not really. However, the garden was so satisfying to do, I would consider doing another one of these houses, but as all garden and nature rather than just one room. Uh, and then I put wonderful, that would be nice to see. And I put one last question. Do you have any advice for our viewers who are interested in creating their own homes? She goes, I would guess another issue with the house is lighting. I'll let her complete that thought because she's got some dots, and then I'll put this last question in. If she completes the thought. I don't know. I don't want to interrupt her, but she says, once you start blocking in the ceiling, lighting is awful. You really have to use a lot of hidden candles to get the effect you want. So then, that almost fits like a good tip right there, so just keep that in mind. When you start paneling in the ceilings, possibly walls, covering windows, you're going to have to find alternate ways to get light. So the last question then was, do you have any advice for our viewers who are interested in creating their own homes? So for aspiring builders or just tips, let's see what she's got, some kind of advice or tip or trick. That's a big question, so just give her a moment to type it in. She says, yes, start small, one room at a time, and don't be afraid to do over until you're happy. And if you use the layout editor, save, save, and save. You can always go back then. And I put save as a bit of advice I always hear. Yeah, that's key. If you use an editor, save your layout. That way if you make a mistake, you just reload. Because I've heard of folks that spend a lot of time, use the editor, something happens, boom, they lose their work, they got to start over. And the editor, it's precise and it takes a while to get used to. So save your stuff. And she puts, it's the one thing you always want to do after a mini disaster, but never before. So, yeah. And when you save is also key. You don't want to make a change, don't like it, save. You want to reload and fix it, yeah. And I put, thank you so much for taking the time to show us your home. And I'm going to do one more walkthrough. And she says, "Thank you for coming. It's been a real pleasure." And I'm going to do one more walkthrough. So what we'll do is we're going to start here at the garden area, and we're going to just swing through, see the different things that she's put in. She's got her trees, her bamboo, her pond. I'm not sure what that is. Stay as long as you like and eat some of the food before you go. I put, "Don't be surprised if you need to restock." And she said, "Be safe and enjoy." And she waves. So we'll give her one last bow and a goodbye. Oh, I guess there isn't a goodbye. So she's off. So what we're going to do is take one last walk through, and then we will get out of her home. And there's the kitchen area, her outdoor kitchen area, outdoor garden area, low walls. She used a lot of grass tiles to put this in. Oh, and look, she's got the statue. And then here's the walls. Yeah, and she said this was the rosewood paneling, I believe. So she's used it quite a bit throughout. And she's even got her skylights there. So she's put in her cloud panels. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Now I'm looking at this and I'm like, what kind of chair is that? Oh, missed this painting. So she's actually got art quite often here throughout. And I like this how the folks do the designs in the floor, which is kind of, I mean, I don't want to say it's difficult. It's kind of difficult. I watched my wife try and do patterns, and so you got to put like a floor, and then you put like the contrasting panels like ever so slightly higher or lower, and then you put the next layer of panels in just kind of like off slightly, you know, offset again. It's takes a little bit to get it put in, and then you have to get the right size. But and then the same goes for like this paneling. Like, you know, first she's got this rosewood, then she has this paneling, and then she has to put this off, you know, maybe like a little bit higher again, so it covers up. So it does take quite a bit of time to get a floor put in like this, especially when she's got this same pattern repeating in a couple of different spots. That takes a little bit of time to get set up just right. And here we didn't get a good look at this statue, but we have some monkey-looking panda people, I'm hearing. Okay, and this here fountain, which is a marketplace item. Oh, I forgot to ask her how much she spent. That way, if you wanted to replicate some of this. Let's see, and then we've got, oh, I don't think I looked at this. See, that's coming from the garden area, but I didn't look at her throne area. Nice.